Okay, George. So we just got back from the grocery store. Just go through a few things about how we get organized before we start cooking.
All right, so we just came back from the grocery store, like you said, and the first thing we want to do is to make sure our produce are clean. Okay, we don't want to put dirty product in our clean fridge.
So can I just say, during COVID, people were spraying their food down with Lysol in the garage before it entered into the house. Is that something? I know that's a bit extreme, but what would you suggest when the produce comes into the house?
Floating water, okay, not too hot, and then rinse it as much as you can. Rub it with your hands, okay, to make sure. If you can buy organic, much better, of course. We all know that some stuff needs to be chopped. For the next step, we can do that maybe after, but the first things to do is to wash our produce right now.
Is it a deal breaker if it isn't organic? I mean, can I still get the benefits from buying fresh vegetables and fruit if they're not organic? Because I don't think lots of people would have the money to step up to organic.
So even if you don't buy organic, I mean, it's better to, no matter what, buy whole food instead of processed food, right?
Yes.
If I can buy a tomato instead of a can of tomato, I'm sure Emily will be agree with us to say that it's much better for your health.
Yes, yes.
So we just came back, and the plan is to wash our vegetables. Some stuff needs to be chopped, okay? So different things. If we are single, or if we have a small family, maybe a couple or something, we have little container we can use like that.
I like the fact that they're see-through, so you can see what you have in there.
You got a point right there, Andrew. See-through, of course, because it's more appealing. You know exactly what you're going to get in your fridge, but also airtight. Okay, so we don't want the air to dry out stuff. And then a little bit bigger for a family of 3 or 4, something like that.
Yeah. Is there anything here that you wouldn't wash? I mean, for say the scallions or the green onions, would you wash everything that you see here?
So that we can keep, we can still wash it, but then we really have to chop it at the last minute. All the herbs and stuff like that, basil, dill.
I suppose a lot of the flavor comes from the oil that it releases when you chop it at the last minute.
And you don't want to dry the flavor out, right? You want to have a last kick, like if you're doing a tomato basil soup, you want to chop those basil at the end, those leaves, and to throw it at the end, so it's like an explosion.
A lot of chefs I used to work with used to tear basil because they said it was a lot better flavor that if you tear it rather than cut it. So tell me about this contraption here. This looks quite good.
Yeah, so same thing if you're prepping by yourself, maybe you don't have kids or something like that, you don't have a partner to help you working. I mean, it's a nice little tool to pour things in, you know, and then it's easier, so you don't have to like hold it and hold the pan, and you know.
All right, so they work with liquids as well, not just chopped produce.
Yes, indeed, and we'll see that in the next chapter. We got some puree, so something already chopped and already ready to use. And also what you can do, it's maybe use something like that with already 3 compartments.
Okay.
So if you want to do like your Monday to Thursday meals, you can start already some stuff like that.
So you could actually do a whole meal in there with your protein and vegetables before they're cooked. Would you advise doing that, or?
It depends what it is, of course. Some stuff can, like, okay, if you take some tomatoes or onions, stuff like that, it depends. You don't want to cut your tomatoes too early because it's really going to have a lot of juice in your
And I would have thought if you were put chicken or something in one compartment, it would be suspect to cross-contamination, so you wouldn't want to do that.
No. That we'll see on the next chapter.
Okay.
With the mise en place, how we're going to really follow the right procedure to make sure we don't, like what you said, cross-contaminate.
So mise en place is everything ready ahead of time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember my college days where we learned that. But anything else, George?
No, just make sure that we have to wash everything, and of course, I mean, if we leave the thing on the counter, it's gonna go more. It's gonna ripe much more faster than if you want to keep it in the fridge.
Okay. So the products you would need to do that with, say you went to the store and you picked up an avocado that was quite hard, you would leave that out on the counter just to basically ripen it quicker so you could use it quicker.
Yep. Another thing with avocado, you can leave them in a paper bag. It's going to rip up more fast, or next to an apple. If you leave it next to an apple, it's going to rip faster.
I didn't know that. Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you want to keep it, let's say for Thursday, and you did your grocery on Sunday, then maybe keep it for another 1 or 2 days in the fridge and then pull them out. So it's right. Because the avocado, when you go to bed at night, it's not ripped, and you wake up in the morning, it's already passed. It's like it's always it's too old now.
Yeah.
So
I see. Okay, well, great.